And it goes a little something like
Hi, it's Katie. Welcome back to another video. Today I thought I'd show you guys how I made my new intro. One of you guys requested that you wanted to find out how I made my intro, so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on to my video editor and we'll get started. Alright, so this is where the magic happens. This is where I edit my videos and everything. It's called 𝘠𝘩𝘠, and so yeah, let's get started. And also I am actually making a voiceover over this part of the video because I somehow managed to turn off my headset while I was recording, so you cannot hear me, so I'm just making a voiceover over this part, so yeah. So I just start by dragging the music into the little bar, I guess. I'm using You and I by 𝘬𝘀, I think that's how you say it. That's the song I am using, and so I just cut it where I need it because I'm not using the whole song, so I just cut off the part that I don't need. I think it was at around 15:18, I believe. That's like the timestamp that I used from the beginning to 15:18. So then I just cut it using the little red bar, and then I just click delete on my keyboard, and then this part disappears that I do not need. So I just click delete, and so that deletes that part. So now I can work with the part that I have now. So then I just drag in my background and then it's really weird, I don't know why it does that, but as you can see, the background doesn't go all the way to like the edge, so I just have to kind of move it and make it wider so that it fits, and yeah. And then I just drag over the thing that says my video. I actually used Google Docs to film that, and so I just wrote in loading, and then I just screen recorded that, and then I just dragged that in, and then also the overlay, I just dragged those two things in, and then I crop the loading. Yeah, so I cropped that into the part that I need so that it's not one big thing, and so you just have to keep on adjusting it. I don't know why the screen recorder doesn't record me cropping it, but it's pretty straightforward. You just crop out the part that you need and then click OK. So you just have to kind of play around with that to see how you like it, and yeah, so I just played around with that a little bit to how I liked it. So once that's how I like it, I then change the size and put that into the middle of the screen and just kind of play around with that too, and just put it in where I like it. Okay, and now I just pull the overlay in and drag it where I want it, and then so that just goes on top of the loading screen record, I guess. And then I just make sure that it fits, and so I just resize it and put that where it needs to be. Once that is where it needs to be, I go ahead and check everything, and then I check where the transition is and where I need to cut what I have on top of the background so that I know where the transition is to put the next things in after the transition. So I just play that, and I'm sorry that you can't hear it, but I just check where it is, and sometimes I have to start over just to make sure that I get the exact point on where the proper like music starts. Once you find that spot, you don't want to move the red bar, and then I just kind of change it if I need to, and just kind of make it where I want it to be, and there you go. Now I just need to go back to where the transition is, and then I drag and drop my profile picture to where that needs to be, and I need to line it up where the audio and the background ends, and then so that's where the transition will be, where the red bar is. So I will do that later, but before I do that, I will put in the titles and the subscribe part and just move those around. And I also have to put the profile picture where I want it. And of course so if you did not make the art, someone made that for me. So I want to make sure that you can see, you want to make sure that you can see the signature is, you want to make sure that you can see that so that they know that it's not yours and you don't claim that it's yours, your art. But of course, if you did make that drawing, then you don't need to do that. So then I duplicate the GIF once I have it where I want it, and I just right click and then press copy, and then just press Ctrl+V until the end, and then I just cut that where it needs to be cut, and then I drag and drop the little Instagram icon and do the same thing as I did with the profile picture. And then I also just rearranged the Instagram icon, but you can but after I have the title in and everything, then I can reposition it and resize it to what size and position I want it to be in so that it matches with the text. So I actually use default text so that you can customize the font and everything without having to scroll until you find the right thing that you want. So I just, of course, make it the length of my other parts of the intro, and then you just double click the bar that's currently highlighted, and you just double click that, and then you go into the area where you can customize your title. So I wrote 𝘬𝘠𝘦𝘭𝘮 because that is my Instagram, and that just goes in the left corner. Once I have it typed 𝘬𝘠𝘦𝘭𝘮 in, I go ahead and pick my font, and then once I pick my font, I pick the color. So I don't know why you cannot see it, but I basically just picked a screen color. So you press that arrow by text color and then press more, and then like just a white tab comes and you can click pick screen color, and I picked the color of my subscribe button, and then I just rearranged that a little bit to how I liked it. And if you are making it your own intro, make sure that it's not too crammed and everything has its own space, but you also don't want it boring and only one thing on your screen. And then I just copied that, and I don't know why, but it just kind of changes things, so I just put that back where it was. Once I have both titles, I go ahead and do the same thing. I just double click the top one and then rearrange it. I change it to welcome back with an exclamation point, as you can see in my intro, and I just changed that. And then I also did the same thing for the text color. I picked a screen color. I used the breeches that my character is wearing in my profile picture so that it all kind of just matches. Of course, you can't see that part either. Once I change the color of that, I just move it around a bit to where I want it. And also, don't make everything straight, because if you want it a little bit like on the plain side, you can do that, but I thought it would be fun to just kind of change it up a little bit. And then I used sparkle number 7, so that's just an overlay. And then I just dragged that where I wanted it to be. After I made it a little bit longer, as you can see, the sparkles, or the bubbles, I call it the bubbles, are a little bit intense, so I just double click that and then change the intensity. And then once I have the intensity that I like, I just check everything over to make sure I like it and everything, and yeah. I also cannot forget the transition, so I just put that in for the two tabs. And then I just cropped that to how I liked it, because I want it to match with the music and I don't want it to be too late or too early, and not for it to take too long, so I just cropped or cut that a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much how I made my intro. I'm sorry if it's not a great video, because I don't know what happened to my video editor, and so yeah, I hope you guys still found it interesting and you learned something from it, for those of you who wanted to yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!